is a vibrant, playful, scintillating consciousness. That is what Lalita is. So difficulties find it difficult to come near her. Destroying Mahishasura was not a major task for which she has come. Her presence is enough. The Sahasranama, each name has a certain quality associated with it. And those qualities are enlivened when you chant the Sahasranama. So many secrets that are hidden in the Lalita Sahasranama, all secrets of creation. And in one verse, it says Chaitanya Kusuma Priya. Means she is the one who loves the offering of a fully blossomed consciousness. Gurudev says that Shiva is all permeating, but to be able to see the Shiva Tattva, you need to put light on it. Yes. Shakti is throwing the light on the Shiva Tattva.
Today we have Bharathy Harish ji, a very senior art of living teacher who's been with the art of living for over 35 years. Bharathy Akka, you went to BITS Pilani and you're an engineer. But for me, when I look at you and the interactions that we have, it's like the perfect blend of science and spirituality. Because I've heard stories from the Puranas, from different spaces from you that I haven't heard elsewhere. My son has heard about the Navagraha from you. So to talk about Lalita, I can't think of a better person today. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Mansi.
Akka, Navratri is going on, and at this time when we hear Lalita being chanted, it's just intoxicating.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about Lalita?
I will share with you what I've heard from Bhanu Didi and Gurudev. Lalita, the word itself means playful. First time when I was waiting to hear the meaning, I was expecting something that will probably mean all powerful and all encompassing. But when she said playful, it was like a eye-opening experience for me, because we tend to think that which is, at least I had that opinion that which is powerful is something, you have a sense, something that has great physical strength, is magnificent, can create storms and earthquakes. But here, that most powerful, scintillating consciousness is the one that is going to make you smile. Is the one that makes everything a play. That when do you feel that life is a play? When you know that when you have awareness of the director, when you know that there is a director, there is a witness, and that all that is happening is in the purview of that divine power, then you enjoy life like it is a play. Then you live life playfully. Suddenly, the softer, subtler aspects of life really became the more and most powerful, in fact, you can say. So this was a really amazing experience which I had when I heard her say, Lalita means playful. It's a vibrant, playful, scintillating consciousness. That is what Lalita is. And when you see life as a play, then you are not bogged down by any challenge that comes, isn't it? You expect a game is fun only when you have a good opponent. Otherwise, it's very boring. No? So nothing in life pulls you down. And when you become like that, so centered and ready to take on anything, then the way you enjoy life, face life, everything changes, isn't it? And that I feel is so empowering for every one of us.
It's incredible, Akka. Just to hear that phrase, like nothing pulls you down.
Yeah.
To have a master like Gurudev, for us to experience that reality.
100%. No, the word Durga, Durga means little hill. Okay, they say that difficulties find it an uphill task. Uphill task means it's not easy, no? So difficulties find it difficult to come near her. That is what Durga is. There's no challenge. There's one day when Didi was talking about how Mahishasura was destroyed. Okay, so we were reading from the Devi Bhagavatam, and the whole description of her preparation to go meet Mahishasura. So she wore a beautiful red sari. Varuna gave her a diamond necklace. Somebody gave her a 1,000-petaled lotus. Someone else gave her the most beautiful pearl, I think Sagara. So it's like what bangle, what earring. So after halfway through, then I asked her, is she going to fight? Because normally when you go to fight, you're not dressing up. You go to a wedding, you're going to a puja, you will wear diamond necklace, bangle, earring. And the gods are gifting her jewelry and flowers and beautiful sari and all of this. So then she laughed and said, see, that is how easy it is for her. Destroying Mahishasura was not a major task for which she has come. Her presence is enough. So much positivity in her very presence that Mahishasura doesn't stand a chance. It was an effortless act. She came for us, for the devotee. Destroying Mahishasura was the most simple thing. When do you dress up? When you're depressed? When you're sad? When you're lazy? No. When you're feeling enthusiastic. When you feel, there's something special. You feel beautiful. You feel confident. You feel there is a purpose. You choose nice sari, nice blouse. The moment you dress up like that, automatically the way you walk, the way you look, the way you communicate, everything changes, isn't it? There's so much positivity, strength, courage, everything that comes. That is the Devi. You can't be. Mahisha means buffalo, symbolic of laziness. Gurudev has spoken about this. And laziness is the biggest impediment for progress, whether it is the material path or the spiritual path. If you're lazy, you don't move ahead. So it is the first obstacle to cross over. And how do you cross over? You don't have to fight with Mahisha. You just become aware of the Devi with you. The moment you are aware of her presence with you, automatically then you are up and vibrant and enthusiastic and cheerful, creative, name it, every quality comes up. And that is what Lalita is also about, no?
Yeah, you talked about that, Akka. The presence is enough. So here for us it's a gift that we have, that presence of the Master. But could you also talk about how the Lalita Sahasranama itself invokes or enlivens that presence? Is it that?
See, Sahasranama means 1,000 names. Lalita's 1,000 names. Like Didi gave this example. When you say sandalwood tree, okay, then there's no tree here, but its color, the texture of chandan, the fragrance of chandan, everything comes to your mind instantly, isn't it? Yes. Even though there is no chandan, in your mind you have experienced the fragrance of chandan already.
Yes.
Isn't it? So that is how it is. Then the Sahasranama, each name has a certain quality associated with it. And those qualities are enlivened when you chant the Sahasranama. So you may not understand the meaning, but these chants are ancient, so is our consciousness. So it resonates with our consciousness, and all these qualities are enlivened in the consciousness. And based on the need of the hour, they express themselves.
Beautiful.
So that there is both Bhasha Saundarya and then the deeper meaning also. Bhasha Saundarya means it's beautiful to hear. Like when you say it, there is so much beauty in just the word itself. Then there is the quality that it enlivens, the deeper meaning in it. So there are so many layers.
Could you tell us the origin story of the Lalita Sahasranama?
It is said to be a conversation between Rishi Agastya and Hayagriva, and it is there in the Brahmanda Purana. The whole conversation is part of the Brahmanda Purana. Agastya Muni was a great Devi Bhakt, and his conversation, Hayagriva, is a form of Lord Vishnu only, and for intelligence, for pure intellect, no, we often pray to Hayagriva only. So this conversation between Agastya and Hayagriva gave us this beautiful chant.
Speaking of the intellect, Akka, many people ask, like, which is the most beneficial portion to chant or beneficial shloka? So, in the Sahasranama also, is there something that is most significant?
I think here, from the way I see it, the significance for any word in the Sahasranama is because of its association with the Devi. She is the most significant one. So whether there are words or not, when your mind, when your heart is completely focused and surrendered to the Mother Divine, then it's done. That is the most significant part. Yeah. And the whole Sahasranama, somewhere or the other, pulls this wandering mind and focuses it on in the presence, in that field of the Mother Divine. And again in different ways. No, either this way or that way or this way or that way. No, after 2 verses your mind will go here and there. Again one more name will come and then your mind comes back. So again and again your attention is on the Devi. That is most significant. And that does everything.
Wow. So in the verses there is the mention of Bhandasura. So is there a story behind that, and could you tell us about some verses like the flower, the most favorite flower of the Devi, the most favorite food of the Devi? Even these things are part of the composition of the Sahasranama.
Yeah, these are all, there's so many secrets that are hidden in the Lalita Sahasranama, all secrets of creation. They're all there, part of it. Where, like you said about the flowers, she says, Japa pushpa nibhakritihi. She enjoys the fragrance of the rose. Japa pushpa is rose. Then Dadimi kusuma prabha. She shines like the Dadimi pushpa is the pomegranate flower. So it's like nice, bright pink, and she has that shine. And then Champeya kusuma priya. She loves the sampige. So like that, she shines like this. She enjoys that fragrance. She loves this flower. Hibiscus, jasmine, lotus, rose. So many flowers are mentioned. And in one verse, it says Chaitanya kusuma priya. Means she is the one who loves the offering of a fully blossomed consciousness. So that is the ultimate offering. So very often we have seen Gurudev, he'll say, no, that don't bring me flowers and sweets, you smile, you blossom, and that is what I want. No, it is really the ultimate offering is that blossomed consciousness.
Wow.
Like this, there's there are verses that describe how she is dressed. It says Dyutidara, means all the galaxies are her adornments. Sagara Mekala, she's worn all the oceans as her waistband. Okay, so all Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja. Ashtami Chandra is that half Chandra is adorning her hair. Okay, Barbaralaka, black and beautiful curly hair. Talodari, Sadodari, all of this talk about having a slender waist. Now all this this description, Tara Kanti Tiraskari, like her nose pin shines like the stars. No, so here if you see in each one of them, the attention goes to something very grounded, like, oh, my earring, and then suddenly the attention expands to the galaxy. Attention is to the waistband, and then it expands to all the oceans. Okay, so it's like a personal to universal, both in the same instant. You know, there's the beautiful quote by Gurudev where he says, you make the universal personal, and you feel richer, wiser and stronger, and you make the personal universal and you feel freedom, compassion and love. You know, so here the beauty of these chants is one is making an effort to consciously remember this and say, okay, making the personal universal. It's like, how do you try and do it? But when you chant this, automatically that starts happening. No, it's like, who can make a bud blossom? The presence of the sun, and it happens. Like that, you become awakened to the presence of the divine in your life. Like you open the curtains from that window, you have the master's presence. The more and more you experience that sannidhya, then automatically all the blossoming happens. And that blossomed consciousness is again an offering back to the divine. And that's why it's a play, no? What he gives, you offer it back. So, like this, there are many. You said about food also, no? There's this whole sequence that comes when Didi was explaining, you know, when she was writing the Lalita book. At that time, I had the opportunity to take notes for some part of it, and she was saying about how with every chakra, when it was talking about it, there's a certain food, color, all of that is associated in those verses. So it says Snigdhaudana Priya, Haridrannaika Rasika. Haridrannaika Rasika is yellow, lemon rice. Dadyanna Sakta Hridaya means one who likes curd rice. Gudanna Prita Manasa means jaggery and rice, chakkare pongal. No? So ultimately all of it was this rice, that lemon rice, curd rice. I am South Indian, we make all of this. So I said, okay, so do we conclude that can we conclude that the Devi is a South Indian? So she laughed and said, because she likes all rice. And then she explained that rice is not because of the food, but it's the seed form and the end form. You can sow the rice grain, you will get more rice, and that is the end form because that is what you consume also. So it is both the beginning and the end. It is a symbol of an eternal continuum. So that energy that is there in the Devi Shakti in our life is the eternal continuum. Sunrise, sunset, day, night, in, out, whatever it is, constantly we are in that energy. And she is only making everything move, happen, thought, word, deed. Yeah. Anything else?
This is a little off script from the Lalita specific conversation. But as you just speak about Lalita, it is truly so scintillating. It is so scintillating that one question comes, how do you lift your eyes up from this to that and have more of that in?
That is purely the grace of the Master. No, for whatever I feel grateful for having this experience of Lalita. For me, I would say it's only because I had the opportunity to hear it from Didi. Okay, so it's like there, Gurudev says walk the talk. When it's like the Devi herself, you feel the presence in her presence, and when she says this is what it is, then it's not words, it's an experience. So that is what it is, it's the presence of the Master that can translate any of this to experience. You hear it and you feel something. Otherwise, so many things fall on our ears, so many things we see each day. What is it that really touches your heart or moves you? Even the knowledge, it is an open secret. For someone who doesn't feel the connection with the Master, कुछ भी बोलो पल्ले नहीं पड़ेगा. It is that connection, that feeling the presence, and then the experience is something else. There is one verse in the Lalita that says Tadillata Samaruchihi. Like it's Samaruchi means it's the same taste like that of lightning.
Wow.
Like that. You cannot miss the glory and the magnificence of it. In the darkest of nights, that bolt of lightning that comes in the sky, even though it is for a fraction of a second, you just become wow. No, and just because you saw lightning once, next time it's not boring, it's again wow. No, so that when I feel that, that experience of samadhi, that experience of that presence of the Master, each time it just awakens and stops your mind, like when you see that bolt of lightning.
Did I hear this correctly? Somewhere recently, lightning was synonymous to Radha. Is that something that I heard correctly? And the Shiva Tattva was the thing that you can't see, but with that flash, then you experience
Shakti. Gurudev says that Shiva is all permeating, but to be able to see the Shiva Tattva, you need to put light on it.
Yes.
Shakti is throwing the light on the Shiva Tattva. He says, Vignan Bhairav, he begins, in the beginning of it, he says this. So 35th Tattva is Shakti, and he says the ultimate is the Shiva Tattva. And to be able to experience the Shiva Tattva, you need to throw light on it, and that is Shakti.
Somewhere Radha is echoing in the mind, so Radha has come.
Radha is devotion. Radha is also described as an aspect of the Moola Prakriti. You should read Radha book by Didi. She has spoken about it in that. No, our mind wants to see everything as different. Wants to say, oh, this is this, that is that, what about that, what about this. It wants to do Bheda. No, so that the pure intellect unites, sees her only in everything. So this is a switch that we have to be aware of. Or are we trying to divide and see things as different, or is our attention on that unifying principle? The moment you shift your attention to that which unites, then sattva dominates. And then when sattva dominates, automatically everything else also changes accordingly. No, you will be able to take things together, move things together. Otherwise, we want to see difference. What is the difference between this and this? This is for that, that is for this. One. And that one is the first word of the Lalita Sahasranama, also Shri, Mata, and begins with mother aspect. So here Gurudev says a child does not try to know the mother. It simply has faith in her. Like that, having faith in the Divine Mother is the source of the greatest strength. How much can you know? And what you know with this little intellect is really nothing. Whatever, if you think you have understood, then for sure it is not the truth. Because if you have understood something, it is limited.
Correct.
And we are not this purview of divinity is absolutely unlimited, unbounded. It's a field of existence, not even experience. Experience means who is experiencing. Experience is also that which is changing. But who is experiencing? That is existence. This knowledge is existence itself. It is not something limited to the purview of understanding. So this little understanding that we think that, oh, I got this, I understood this, this is only to take you to that point where you let go and say that, you move from intellect to heart. This little bit of nourishment for the intellect is so that you can transcend to the feeling level. And from there, then when you dissolve and let go, then you're in that, then there's only divinity, no? That's the existence. So this understanding the meaning is a little nourishment for the intellect, but when we understand a little bit, then feelings are evoked, and feelings are more powerful than thoughts. It helps you to transcend the intellect, and from the heart level, it is easy to dissolve, to slip into meditation. So that is the purpose, not to say I know. It's good, like Gurudev says, it is to help you move into that beautiful I don't know. See, they say one thing about Lalita Sahasranama, Devi Kavacham, Margala Stotram, all of these, you take it from somebody who is chanting. Okay, you ऐसे book देख के खुद नहीं बोलते. When you take it with the blessings, the sankalpa of the master, with his blessings, then you learn it. Then it is the whole experience of it is so different. Like for example, when I was teaching one of the Lalita Sahasranam classes, there was one husband-wife. I noticed that they had no trouble at all chanting anything in the Lalita Sahasranam. I would say the verse and they didn't even need the book. So comfortably they were repeating. So last day they came and shared with me that, oh, class was really wonderful. I said, thank you. And then they said, we have been chanting Lalita Sahasranam for 20 years. So then I was like, then why did you come to the class? So they said, we have been chanting for 20 years, but when we said, oh, it's happening in ashram, Gurudev is giving Lalita Sahasranam class, Gurudev is giving means he has blessed. When Gurudev has blessed to teach Lalita Sahasranam in ashram, then we wanted to come and attend. And I said, how's, I felt so nice. I said, thank you for coming. So then they said, we have never felt like this in all these 20 years of chanting. Here every verse we will repeat, and we were ready to go into deep meditation. It's like you feel so light, so uplifted, and so deep, and such silence. Said, we are so grateful to Gurudev for making these classes happen. After that, I also felt so grateful. But this is the importance and the difference when you do something with the sankalpa of the master, you learn something with the sankalpa of the master. This itself is enough to show, it's never just the word. It is the energy behind it. And when the master's energy is behind something, then that just amplifies and translates into the deepest experience.
Any more stories from the time Amma was writing about Lalita? Akka? Something that comes to mind.
About how she was writing?
Yeah, about what she would say. Or
some things that I remember are that when she would speak about the Lalita, it was like an unstoppable flow. It was not 2 hours, today 4 to 6 we will write, tomorrow this much. It went from morning till night. It's like it was just so effortless. No, one after the other, it would just simply flow. And I would not feel tired, not feel hungry, not feel sleepy. No, that is something that I really remember. You'd feel so light and like you're not even there. So such was the energy of it, and just being in her presence and simply noting down whatever she was saying. No, it was a beautiful experience.
there are many verses, Akka, in the Lalita Sahasranama that speak about the Bhandasura Vada. Could you share some insight into that?
Yeah, you will find the literal meaning which explains. Bhandasura was one asura that rose from the ashes of Kama. Okay, when Shiva through his third eye he burnt Kama to ashes, and from the ashes an asura came. That is Bhandasura, and his city is called Shunya Nagar. So no energy basically, no vitality, no energy, depressed, very low. So if you're feeling so low, no interest in life, no, completely depressed, suicidal tendencies, how can you enjoy life that way? Oh, it's the lowest step of prana, isn't it? You don't even feel like doing anything, no desire to do anything, no enthusiasm at all. And that is exactly the opposite of the Devi Shakti, where it's so vibrant and enthusiastic and creative and beautiful. So the Devi only had to come to free the world from Bhandasura, which is what all meditation does. When you're feeling low, depressed, lack of interest in life, then you do meditation. It's a Devi Shakti, then energy comes up in you, low prana becomes uplifted, your prana is high, then automatically life is interesting, full of enthusiasm. So this is Bhandasura Vada practical application. You chant Lalita Sahasranama, you cannot feel low and tired, your energy just comes up. And you might have even noticed those who chant Lalita Sahasranama, they start looking also very beautiful. There's a certain glow, like one very feminine, nice, beautiful glow that comes to them. softness that comes, an ethereal softness that comes. So automatically then you have won over Bandasura. That whole sequence is one entire set which talks about how she came in this chariot with that Devi, and this Devi was in front, Bala was there, and in the process of destroying Bandasura, there is one part where Bandasura calls all the asuras of the past and the asuras of the future also to come and fight in the war. No, so Didi was explaining how one thing will go wrong. That time something you would have said which the other person doesn't like, they will go back to 10 years back, you said this, that time you said that, I know you will do that. Like it has nothing to do with what has happened just now. All the asuras of the past and the future all become part of the conversation.
Yes.
So this is typically how any fight in a household happens. And here how she says that when these asuras of the past and the future were called upon by Bandasura, then from the toenails of the Devi, the Dashavatara, the 10 forms of Vishnu emerged and destroyed all these asuras of the past and the future from her toenails. So that is how powerful from her toenails all the Dashavatara come and they destroy. So when your mind gets stuck in the past or is anxious about the future, then you cannot enjoy the moment. And this is even more common when your energy is low. Someone who is depressed will always be complaining about the past or be anxious about the future. So she relieves you from all of this. That whole thing, if you see every challenge that is posed by the Asura is typically a challenge that we face in our daily life, the way the mind behaves when your prana is low. And the antidote to all of it is the Devi energy, in good prana, good energy, uplifted, then your mind is in the right place.
But this is so true, Akka. When you said from the toenail and you said powerful, the word that came to mind was playful. Like again and again you see, like the stories are not, it's just so playfully doing it.
Yeah. Oof. Another, her toenail, another line says, Nakadititi sanjanna namajjana tamoguna. It's not even toenail, the glow of the toenail. Okay, from the glow of the toenail, all tamas is destroyed. So effortless. Trying to remember what the word was. It says Narayana dasakritihi. So like kara anguli nakotpanna. Naka means the nail. Nakotpanna Narayana dashakritihi. All the 10 forms of Dashavatara, they emerge and they fight with all the asuras of the past and the future. There's one more asura whom she destroys in the form of Bala, means a small child, 5-6-year-old. So, like very often you see when you feel old, when you feel even old people, they have no energy to do anything, they'll be complaining, but when small child comes, then suddenly they have the energy to run around, big smile comes, they're so enthusiastic, it just changes the atmosphere completely. Yes. So that the freshness and innocence of a child, that is an antidote to feeling low. And that is also the Devi Shakti. So wherever you see anything that is uplifting, whatever, whether it is the freshness of a child, the beauty of youth, the glow of the toenail, like whatever it is in creation that is uplifting, it is her. And she uplifts from any situation, is both.
There are many Sahasranamas for many deities. What is unique about the Lalita Sahasranama?
Each one of them is unique. It's like, this is the example Didi gave. You put a rasgulla, you put it in rose syrup, then it has a certain flavor. You put cardamom in the chashni, then it has a different flavor. This is also nice, that is also nice. Ultimately, the consciousness is soaking in the sweetness. It can soak in with rose flavor, it can soak in with cardamom flavor, but that consciousness is getting soaked in that divinity. So that is the goal.
Beautiful. Lalita, like you had asked, no, the flavor of devotion is also many. Devotion has many flavors. Like that, the flavor of the Lalita Sahasrama, if you had to describe it a certain way.
Flavor of Lalita Sahasranama. It has all flavors. It's not only strawberry or vanilla. Every dimension, every quality, wherever you see, whatever you see, it is her. She is Vishwagarbha. I mean, the whole creation is in her womb. So everything that you see in creation, every aspect, every dimension of it is her. And all those qualities are explained, not even explained, glorified in the Lalita Sahasranama. All opposites also come together. Yeah, this is hers is the purview of, that is beyond duality and inclusive of everything. Para, apara, vidya, vidya, everything is part of her purview.
Sometimes the Devi is depicted in a compassionate form, sometimes in a fierce form. How do you take both together?
You do. It's like in the same meal you have pickle also, you have sweet also. That makes it complete, no?
Absolutely.
And in all dimensions, she is there. When you need some compassion, she is there to give you that, play that role of the compassionate one. When you need protection, then you want someone who is like you, Kali is with you, what will you be afraid of? Isn't it? So based on the need, based on what the devotee wants, the mother is ready to take, and she's there in all forms. No, and when it's like Lalita even says she's as a mother, of course she's described as Annada, the one who nourishes and nurtures body, mind, soul, everything. But she's also Sadhya Prasadini, means she wants to immediately give. She's in a hurry to give what the devotee wants. It's not like, you want this, but after some time I will give you. First you finish this, then I will give you. No. The desire has come in the devotee. She's in a hurry to fulfill it. That's what it says. Instantly she wants to give. That is how she is. Such a loving mother. Like as Meena Bhalochana means, one literal meaning is eyes like fish, but the deeper meaning is fish doesn't close its eyes. Even when it's sleeping, fish's eyes are open. So like that, she's watchful of her devotees. Doesn't even blink, doesn't close her eyes for a moment. She's constantly waiting, watching that, if they need something, then I have to be there. I have to give it quickly. So that is how caring, loving, and she's there. When you have the Divine Mother who's so watchful with you, then what is it that you have to worry about. Child just keeps checking, oh, is the mother around? Then it does whatever it wants. It plays, runs, it's happy, it's exploring, doing whatever it wants, just knowing that the mother is there. Like that, we just have to remember, play, do whatever you want, but know that the mother is there.
Why is it very auspicious to chant the Lalita Sahasranama, especially during Navratri?
So, here what Didi had explained is that there are certain times of the year where that consciousness is easy to attain. No? So, it's like fruits. When the fruit is on the tree, then there is a certain effort for you to get the fruit. But sometimes it's just lying on the ground. Anybody can pick it up. So, like that, same way, the peacock has its beautiful feathers, but when the rain clouds come, then it opens its feathers and it's dancing. So, like that, Navratri is such a time, the time is right, the fruits are easy to attain. So, for the seeker, it is so effortless. The experience of it is so easy to attain. Even in the Lalita Sahasranama, there's one verse that says, Bhakta Chitta Keki Ghana Ghana. So, it is like the Devi herself is like rain clouds to a peacock. To a devotee, she is like that. When in her presence, your heart dances. And that's what happens so easily, during Navratri. You feel her presence. It's like rain clouds, unmissable rain clouds. Her presence is everywhere.
Yes.
And the devotee's heart then begins to dance.
Beautiful.
The devotee is the key, the gift of devotion.
Can you share about what is special in the ashram during Navratri?
Gurudev. So, that's really the everything. So, this whole, what to say, there's this one, it's not just people from all over the world coming here. Every year you wait, but every time it's like so absolutely thrilling. Nothing can be more exciting. And there was this Nadi reading. There's a story that happened. In the Nadi itself, it came as a story, a conversation between a Rishi and his disciple, where the Rishi is saying, oh, Navratri is coming. All the Devi Devtas, they all go to Gurudev to be in the homas, to be in the presence, in his presence when he's conducting the Chandi Homa. They are all there. So the disciple says, this Chandi Homa happening in so many places. If everybody goes here, then what about the other places? Shouldn't they all go little here, little there? So then the Rishi says, Gurudev, his sankalpa is only for the world. He does not seek anything for himself. So when they are present here, it benefits the entire humanity. That is why they all just come here. This came in the Nadi, but I personally feel that you can't but be in his presence. That love is something unexplainable, and the Sudha Sara, like what it comes in the Lalita, Sudha Sara Bhivarshini, his presence during Navratri is the experience of that verse. The Sudha is nectar, Sara is essence of nectar, and Varshini means it's just raining, and his very presence is that. and one cannot be grateful enough for it.